album last year in 2014, and it's called Small Matters of Life and Death. And one of the main inspirations for the album was a guy named Ed Clinton, and he was my uncle. I never had a chance to meet him because he passed away before I was born, but he was a musician in kind of the 1960s and 70s, and he was in a band called Witness, and they had the chance to open up for people like Roy Orbison and Cream, back up in Canada, and eventually Eddie decided he wanted to leave the band Witness. It was kind of a more punk rock thing, and he wanted to strike out and record his own folk and country stuff. So he was living in Toronto, writing songs, touring in Northern Ontario, but one December day, the roads were icy up north, and he passed away in a car accident. And so like I said, I never met him, but I always grew up steeped in stories about my Uncle Eddie, and was very curious about who he was and his music. And a few years ago, I was in my parents' basement, and truth be told, it was probably one of those moments where you're finally supposed to get your stuff out of your parents' basement. It's been long enough to clear out. And so I was, looking around, getting things all cleaned up, and I found my Uncle Eddie's old reel-to-reel tapes, which contained demos of his that hadn't been heard in over 40 years. And so I thought, oh my gosh, I have to listen to this. And with the help of some friends back in Ottawa, I was able to hear those old songs. And I knew immediately I definitely had to sing a couple of them. And hence, Small Matters of Life and Death was born. I cover a couple of his songs on the album and wrote tunes that kind of spun out of his stories, his life story, but also songs that he wrote. And it's my great honor to be able to bring those songs that were sitting in a dusty basement corner for 40 years and bring them to the present day and share them with you guys. It really means a lot to me. I should also mention that I have a sneaking suspicion that he was here in Boston at Club Passim. I know for sure he was in Boston. It would have been around 70 or 71, and I don't know for sure, but I kind of do know, you know what I mean? When you feel something in your heart, I feel like this is where he would have come for sure, because this is what he was doing in Toronto, really working on his songwriting craft. And wherever you are, Uncle Eddie, maybe, hope you're even here in Club Passim. Here's your song. This is New Jersey Turnpike.
Took a ride on the highway last night, still I was dying. The ditches were wet and a blanket of fresh fallen snow. When the morning came round, daylight found me still driving up New Jersey Turnpike, take me where I wanna go. Well, it seems like the wrong time for anyone to be leaving. There's things I should do before winter comes stepping down cold. But I bet you'll forget the day that we met before I get to the Southland, where they say there's comfort for body and soul. New Jersey Turnpike, black top rolls to the horizon. It says on the road, man, I still got some red line to go. know since I left, I do believe I'm feeling better. This car ain't the fastest, but it won't leave no tracks that she'd know. Tomorrow by daybreak, New Jersey, where I'll be in our old story. On Dixie expressways, I'm heading on through to below. New Jersey Turnpike, blacktop rolls off to the distance. I'm rolling down fast, but I still got some red line to go. Took a ride on the highway last night as daylight was dying. The ditches were wet and a blanket of fresh fallen snow. When the morning came around, daylight found me still driving. Oh, the New Jersey Turnpike will take me where I wanna go. Backup vocals, Violet.